Riley here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Wednesday, February 28th, 2024. Stand up for your country. Incredibly busy news day today. I got all kinds of stuff to tell you about. Hunter Biden testifying. We got his father, the president of the United States, saying stuff about crime. We got the turtle saying he's not going to be the Republican leader in the Senate anymore. And let's start with that, and then I'll do the talking points memo on the sanctuary city situation. So Mitch McConnell, 82 years old, longest running power broker in the Senate on the Republican side. He's not going to do that past November. He's going to step down. Now, whether he runs or not, his term is up in 2027. Okay, so 3 years away, 6-year terms for senators, as you know. Now, I don't like Mitch McConnell. I've never liked him. I don't think he's looking out for you or me. I think he loves power, but I could be wrong. I don't know him very well. He did kill Kate's Law. We've been over that. I don't want to have to go over it again. If you have any questions about Mitch McConnell, bill@BillO'Reilly.com. I'd be happy to answer them. But he is stepping down, and I think Senator Cornyn from Texas got a good shot to take his place, but that's just a guess. So the talking points memo is the sanctuary city laws off the death of Laken Riley. This situation has haunted me. I've seen a lot of terrible things in my career, but Laken's death in Georgia, I don't know why, it's just staying with me here. And I think it's because the incompetence and corruption that we see at the federal level now, and a lot of it's to do with President Biden, but not all of it. I mean, he's got a lot of people working for him that shouldn't be there. And then we have it at the state level. You know, Athens, where the University of Georgia is a sanctuary place. And we'll show you a clip in a moment about that. And it shouldn't be. There shouldn't be any sanctuary places in this country. The federal authorities and the local and state authorities should cooperate in protecting us. Is that unreasonable? But they don't. So let's walk through it. All right. Now, in New York City, where this vicious guy from Venezuela, Jose Ibarra, was, they picked him up for having his stepchild on a motorcycle without a helmet and not secured in the motorcycle. If you can believe this, how reckless this is in New York City, it's beyond belief. The cops brought him in, okay? Child endangerment. That's a pretty hefty beef, but not for New York City. So the police did not call ICE. They knew he was an illegal alien. They knew he had come into this country and had no reason to be here, but they didn't call. Now, the New York City law says this, quote, NYPD may only respond to a federal detainer request after an alien becomes eligible for release from custody if the alien meets the following criteria. Never been convicted of a serious or violent crime, such as burglary, extortion, arson, or kidnapping within the past 5 years, or as identified as a potential match on the terror watch list. ICE provided NYPD with a judicial warrant for the alien, or the alien has been previously deported. So this guy didn't fall into any of those categories, and they just kicked him. All right, the cops just let him go. Hundreds of thousands of illegal aliens picked up for shoplifting, for domestic disputes, for whatever it may be, fall into the same category. Cops just, they don't. Now, what should happen is that the cops, as soon as they get an illegal alien under arrest, should call ICE and give ICE the option of picking the guy up. All right? Now, NYPD can't hold all these criminal aliens. They can't. Down to space, Rikers, they couldn't do it. But you can pick up the phone and say, we got Jose Ibarra here. You want him? Come down and get him. No, because the far left New York City Council doesn't want that. They don't want any inhibitions of illegal immigration, even if there's criminality involved. They don't want it. So the guy taking the heat for this is Mayor Adams of New York City. And here's what he says. Go.
we need to modify the sanctuary city law that if you commit a felony, a violent act, we should be able to turn you over to ICE and have you deported. It is a right to live in this city, and you should be not committing crimes in our city.
Well, he could do that right now by executive order, Adams. And the law backs him up. Here's the federal law. Ready? 8 U.S.C. 1373 prohibits states and local jurisdictions like New York City from preventing their law enforcement officials from exchanging information with federal officials on the citizenship status of individuals they have arrested or detained. Supreme Court upheld this position in 212, Arizona versus the USA. So Adams, all he has to do is write the executive order saying, hey, we're stopping this nonsense, and I'm ordering my police department every time they arrest an illegal alien to contact ICE. He's got the law, the federal law, backing him up. No city council can do anything to him, or the governor of the state, Hochul. Now, I don't know whether Adams even knows this. He should, but he could do it tomorrow, snap. But no, he'd rather complain. Oh, not my fault. Oh, no, we have to change. You don't have to change jack. Just do it. Write an executive order, give it to the police commissioner who will happily carry it out, and you're on the right side of the law, Mr. Mayor. Okay? Think he's going to do it? No. They put politics above all of this. Now, down to Georgia. So the Athens mayor, Kelly Girtz, Democrat, is a sanctuary city person. All right? So this guy, Jose Ibarra, shows up, his brother, another Venezuelan, in the country illegally. They're in Athens, protected by that city. Okay? And now everybody's angry because poor Laken Riley was brutally, and I mean brutally, murdered. Roll the tape.
While 2019 was not that long ago, you might remember the dynamic we were living in the late teens in this country, where you had the President of the United States speaking in the most vile terms about people who were foreign born. And you had that notion metastasizing in places like Charlottesville.
This is an invasion! When I was younger, I was a criminal. And you know what I thought about doing? Crossing the border to Mexico to get away from my crimes.
Son, I'm going to ask you to leave.
Jesus Christ, he saved me, and I no longer live that lawless life, which you do.
Son, I'm going to ask you to leave.
You are lawless, Mr. Mayor.
And I mean, why would you elect a guy like that? Why? Who would vote? I think he's through. I think his career is over. Georgia, by the way, voted for Biden last time. No way that happens again. But Trump just picked that state up because of this. If you are a Georgian and you're living down there in this traditional state, which Georgia is, you can't put up with this anymore. You can't. You got to throw them all out. So, you know, when I see this and I know what I know, I'm as I said, I'm almost haunted by this because it's not hard to correct the course we're on, but they will not do it. These politicians are craven and cowardly. They care only about themselves. They're not looking to solve any problems at all. And the number one offender is Joe Biden. Could not care less. Read my message of the day. And I tell you, the reason he isn't solving is because he doesn't care. And I list 5 other presidents who didn't care about severe problems as well. So I'm not just ganging up on Biden. Anyway, this Jose Ibarra is being held in the Athens jail. ICE is going to pick him up. Should have picked him up already. You got to get him out of the local jurisdiction, and you got to get him into the federal system. And that's the memo. It is not too late to make the right choice. If you're distancing yourself from companies supporting the radical left, please choose AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. Whether it's prescription drug coverage, plan changes, exploring Medicare options, AMAC provides top-notch guidance from their experienced staff. Upholding pro-America values, AMAC has been helping people navigate Medicare for years. Their services are not only free of charge, but also free from any leftist agenda or corporate influence. AMAC stands as the conservative alternative to the AARP, earning its position as the #1 group for freedom-loving individuals. So make the right choice for your health and values with AMAC. Choices do matter, and the choice is yours. Choose Medicare the right way with AMAC's Medicare Advisory Service. You can call them at 888-355-5605 during normal business hours, 888-355-5605, or online at amac.us/trust. That's amac.us/TRUST. amac.us/trust. All right, let's go to the mail. We got Eleanor. I didn't know that The View was classified as news and not an entertainment program. ABC News runs The View. Glenda, you mentioned that President Obama deported a lot of migrants at a fairly secure border. If this is so, and Obama's people are part of the Biden administration, I don't know how they are allowing an open border. We know that Biden is not calling the shots. I thought it was people like Barack Obama. There is no evidence Barack Obama is calling any shot in the Biden administration. Not one shred of evidence. Now, some of his advisors are involved, but not him. And I'm not going to do that unless I see something. Sean Ryan, Green Bay, Wisconsin. Last night on the No Spin News, you stated that you can't be fair to President Biden because the fate of the country is in jeopardy. Calling out the failings of the Biden administration is not unfair. It is speaking the truth. But here's my problem. I think he's so bad that I might be blinded to anything good that he does. I fight it, but I got to be conscious of it. Gabriel Martin, Ogden, Utah. I know you expressed that Biden is the second worst president, citing James Buchanan as the worst. While I initially agree with your analysis because Biden didn't do anything to prevent the Civil War, wouldn't reasoning that the number of people hurt under Biden is more than the Civil War mitigate that? No. Civil War, yes. I mean, the casualty count on the battlefield, horrific, 750,000, something like that, killed and wounded. But 100 years after, those issues were not resolved. I mean, it was horrible what happened in the South after the Civil War. And you'll see that in Confronting the Presidents. Doris, I think Nikki Haley killed her chances of being the nominee in 2028. People are going to remember her betrayal. What betrayal? She has the right to run against Trump. I mean, a week from today, she'll leave the race after Super Tuesday and endorse Trump. That's what I think is going to happen. Marissa, I have little faith that Jack Smith would be an honest person. He hit negative territory of me saying there was no similarity in a classified documents case. So let's see what he's got. All right, I think it's bogus, but I'm going to look at what he's got on the Mar-a-Lago documents. John Roulette, Waukee, Iowa. As bad as this immigration is, why is nobody talking about the disenfranchisement in the future? Because it's speculation what happens in the future. So we can't do that. Felix Cook, K-U-I-K, Cook, Massachusetts. I love you, O'Reilly, because you're real. I'm real, and I don't know if that's lovable or not, but I appreciate it, Phyllis. All right. Confronting the Presidents, pre-order. You get it first. We won't bill you till we ship September 10th. This book you will be amazed by the stuff we've come up with in this book. Word of the day, do not be sardonic, S-A-R-D-O-N-I-C. When writing to me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. Final thought in a moment. The Tunnel to Towers Foundation supports America's greatest heroes, U.S. service members, and first responders who gave their lives, those catastrophically injured in the line of duty, and homeless vets. The Foundation's Gold Star Fallen First Responder and Homeless Vet programs honor the sacrifices made by men who fought and died for us, and women who risked their lives for our country as well. The Foundation's Never Forget program engages people in 9/11 remembrances across America with more than 80 runs, walks, and dozens of golf outings every year. The Tunnel to Towers 9/11 Institute educates kids from kindergarten through 12th grade about America's darkest day, while helping our nation keep its vow to never forget. So please support Tunnel to Towers. Donate $11 a month. Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org. More than 95 cents of every dollar you donate to Tunnel to Towers goes to its programs. That's T, the number 2, another T.org. Debt. You go to bed and wake up thinking about it. Here's the truth. The system traps you in debt. High interest credit cards, loans make it nearly impossible to pay it all off. And insane inflation keeps you stuck paycheck to paycheck. Done with Debt is your lifeline. Done with Debt is a new strategy to help erase your debt faster and easier than you ever thought. Done with Debt analyzes all the debt options you qualify for. They know how to reduce bills, cut interest rates. Their skilled staff of negotiators know how to get debt out of your life without bankruptcy, without a loan. Done with Debt are the experts in brilliant strategies for eliminating debt. Here's how easy they make it. Go to donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Donewithdebt.com. Okay, final thought of the day. We are asking you very politely to check out Concierge membership on BillO'Reilly.com as an insurance policy for your life. We answer all kinds of questions, totally confidential. No one will ever know. You get an email directly to me, and within 24 hours, most of the time, we get right back to you. So I got an email from a guy in California. He said, we've owned an oceanfront 3-bedroom Marriott timeshare on Maui for more than 16 years and now wish to sell it. You have any recommendations on how to best market the property? Well, I do. And I gave this concierge member, because I have been to Maui 3 times. I know the island. I know how the commerce is conducted. So I think I gave this guy pretty good advice. And that's a big investment. And we can do that for you based upon my life experience. All right, so that's what concierge membership is all about. Thank you very much for watching and listening to the No Spin News. We'll see you again tomorrow with a special report on the Hunter Biden testimony. Thank you for watching the No Spin News. To watch the full episode anytime on BillO'Reilly.com, please sign up to become a premium or concierge member. Visit BillO'Reilly.com to sign up and start watching today.